I'm a firm believer that I think that every man, young or old, should have street smarts. Matter of fact, I take that back. I think everybody, not just men, women should have street smarts too. You see, I grew up in a really rough neighborhood. I grew up in North Philadelphia, Hunter Park to be exact. And if you don't know what that neighborhood looks like or how it is, just Google it or ask someone in the comments below who is from Philadelphia. They definitely will tell you. Long story short, my mother, she always placed these dangerous assumptions on me and my brothers. You know, don't go here, this will happen to you. Don't go there, that'll happen to you. Don't do this with this crowd because this could happen to you. And I never understood why my mother would always do that or say that. Fast forward to being 36 years old and everything that I've experienced and everything I've witnessed in the city of brotherly love, it makes me feel like there was no love there at all. You know, friends stabbed each other in the back, friends setting friends up, and all kind of crazy situations. This is why it's important to have and to exercise your street smarts. Major shout out to the viewer who actually asked me to cover this topic. And this is one topic I wanted to cover for so long here on the channel, but I didn't have a way to go about it. But long story short, when I was younger and I was in middle school, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. I dated this one girl who was interested in him on the low. I didn't know it. I didn't know anything about it. My mom told me one day when I went in the house to go change my clothes, me, my friend, and my girl at the time were hanging out. My mom was like, "Hey, yo, I don't think she the right one." I was like, "Why, Mom? What's up?" And she was like, "You didn't see how she was looking at your friend? That's why having street smarts is important." I was like, "Nah, Mom, what's up?" And she was like, "Well, she was kind of throwing the vibes at your homeboy. I would be very cautious with that, son. I would just cut her off, honestly. I would just cut him off and cut her off and just move on with your life." That was literally 2 weeks before I found out that the girl I was seeing at the time cheated on me. Now, we're not talking about a cheating story. We'll cover this story in another time. But what we are talking about is not using those street smarts to see right through that situation. After it happened, majority of the neighborhood knew about it. I'm talking about right after it happened. The majority of the block and I grew up on in the neighborhood knew about it. And they was like, "Yo, young boy, I'd leave her alone if I was you. You know, my man's caught her with, you know, your homeboy and they was doing this and this and this." It devastated me. It hurt. It hurt real bad. It really did hurt. Not using my street smarts, I couldn't see through that situation. I had a good heart back then. And I mean, I still do have a good heart for people, but at the end of the day, I use street smarts today to protect my peace, protect my mind, protect myself as a man. Fellas, you got to exercise your street smarts when it comes to dating. You got to exercise your street smarts when it comes to dealing with people. You got to exercise your street smarts even in the workplace. Let me break it down to you, right? I used to work for this one retail store. I just got over being homeless, right? Just got my new apartment, had my car, you know what I mean? Good paying job. Everything was going good. Everything was going good. They even placed a promotion. Check this. We about to segue right into this, right? They even placed a promotion on the table for me because someone left the company and they transferred to a new state. And they was like, "Hey, Matt, you know, the position for assistant manager just came up. And I've been looking at your attendance record and I really like you have the personality, you have the drive to be an assistant manager. I'm thinking about considering you for that position." That's what a manager told me. I never forget. It was in front of my coworkers. They heard it. They overheard everything because I worked at the deli and they was behind the doors and they heard everything. All of a sudden, I started getting reported for coming in late. I started getting reported for talking back, not listening to my coworkers, playing my music on my phone, all this other nonsensical stuff. But this is why it's important to exercise your street smarts, because if I had to use my street smarts, I would have saw it was my coworkers at the time who set me up because they were jealous I got considered for the assistant manager position. I was on my way up. Most definitely. I was I was on my way up. I just got the crib. Like I said, got a good paying job working at the deli at a retail store. Then they wanted to consider me for the assistant manager position. This is why, fellas, protect yourself even in the workplace. Don't think everybody is your friend. While not everybody is out to get you, that much is true. But also is true is the fact that not everyone is your friend. Not everybody's going to clap to see you succeed. Use your street smarts. Pay attention to people's handshakes. This is a big one. Pay attention to people's handshakes, because in the business world, they can only take you serious if you provide a firm handshake. It can't be a limp, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever get one of those handshakes from one of your friends or one of your friends' associates, like somebody you met through a friend, and they didn't know you like that? They just gave you a weak handshake? Yeah, that says a lot about a man's character. If you can't look me in the eye and give me a firm handshake when you greet me, that says a lot about your character. And in the business world, they don't take you serious. That means you're not going to hold up your end of the business agreement. That means I can't trust you on this business deal. That means you were probably a shiesty person. They can tell a lot about you in the business world by just your handshake and the fact that you lack eye contact. This is where having street smarts come in to shine in the workplace. Fellas, protect yourself. Know that you are there for a job, you're there for a paycheck, and to provide for yourself and your family if you have a family. You're not there to hee it up with everybody. You're not there to socialize with everybody. It is not the social club, it is the workplace. Know the difference. Exercise your street smarts to know the difference. Even you ladies got to exercise your street smarts. When it comes to dealing with dudes, you can't just be dealing with everybody. Go for someone that's going to cherish you, value you, respect you, appreciate you, want you around for the rest of their life. Because if you go for just anybody, don't be surprised when you end up with heartache later down the road. Some people are not there to add to your life. Some people are there to rob you of your peace. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to pay attention to that, what I just said. Not everybody is there to add to your life like you're there to add to theirs. Some people are there to rob you of your peace. In closing, exercise your street smarts. It can save you from jail. It can save you from landing in a dangerous situation. It can save you from being set up. It can save you from getting fired. Exercise your street smarts. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to encourage somebody out there to use your street smarts when it comes to your everyday life in all kind of situations and scenarios. I love you guys. I thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. God bless. Peace.